Greetings everyone, I'm Alicia Vandering and I'm here today to briefly share with you my LibGuide for the Classical Studies program at URI. This LibGuide is intended to address the reference needs of undergraduate classical studies majors and minors who use the Carothers Library. Classical studies research involves the study of classical languages and civilizations, both ancient Greek and Latin. It encompasses history, literature, and other aspects of ancient life. The Classical Studies program is part of the Modern and Classical Languages department at the university and generally has around 20 to 30 students pursuing work towards a Bachelor of Arts degree. We're here on my homepage right now, but let's move over to subject dictionaries and encyclopedias to highlight a couple of my favorite resources that I found for this assignment. Scroll down a little bit here. All right, so one of my favorite resources is the Oxford Classical Dictionary here. It has over 6,700 entries written by prominent scholars and researchers of the classical world, and it also provides a really wide scope that encompasses an enormous variety of aspects about the ancient world. Some of the other resources I used were really specific and interesting, but they just wouldn't appeal to such a broad audience as this one does. And then if we continue scrolling down a little bit, I suppose none of you will be surprised to see that the Encyclopedia Britannica is also one of my favorite resources that I used. It's a timeless resource, as we've discussed before, and it's a great starting point for research. It's easy to navigate, it uses accessible language, and it offers fantastic bibliographies for further research. I looked up several different terms that related to the ancient world in the Encyclopedia Britannica, and it provided exemplary coverage of those terms. All right, so moving on towards other favorite resources that I used. If we go over here to language resources and scroll down a little bit, the Greek English Lexicon by Liddell and Scott is actually one of my favorite resources, and this could be because I've spent a lot of time perusing it in the past. It includes common and uncommon translations of ancient Greek words. It covers all surviving Greek manuscripts. It offers different types of Greek, so you're not just limited to one era, like classical Greek. It's easy to navigate if you have some previous knowledge of ancient Greek, but if you had none, it probably would be a little bit difficult despite the fact that it's alphabetically organized. And then finally, if we go over here to citing correctly, we can scroll down a little bit here. And this might be a bit of an odd choice, but I think one of the best resources that I found was the Chicago Manual style for citations. Working as a teaching assistant, I've seen how often students take the words and ideas of others and then they don't reference them and they don't give credit to the original sources. This guide is a really easy to use, easily navigated resource that's invaluable to academic research. Classical studies isn't only limited to Chicago Manual style. It does also use MLA at times as well. But typically, Chicago Manual style tends to be the direction that it goes. So that was my final choice as one of the 4 best resources that I came out with. All right, well, thank you all for listening and watching. Have a wonderful day.